it is on. Need to test microphone. Okay. Sound is good. Good morning, everybody. Game. Open game window. My name is Osa. We are playing Farm Sim 19 on Oakfield Farm, Farming Agency Edition, and we are over 80% of the way through harvesting wheat on field 17, biggest field on biggest field on the map. And I screwed up. So we have spent some money. Why is this truck not moving? That's interesting. Okay. So as I said, I have screwed up. Note that my harvester is very low on diesel. My JCB is out of diesel completely. So yeah, we messed that up. 180. Surely not. That is doing crazy stuff. So you're going to move now. No, why is the Land Rover not moving? Get out, get in. Seem to have a problem with the Land Rover. Okay then. We'll reset the Land Rover because that's always good fun. Reset. Yes. Okay. Oh, now it needs to be maintained. And it's still not moving. What the heck? Come on, guys. This is a pain in the butt. Right, tractor moves. Land Rover is not moving. Having a complete failure of Land Rover. Well, there you go. Cars. How much is that? 50,000. Yes, okay. Back. 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 That one. That's not working either. Well, that's strange. That was working yesterday. And now it's not. So it looks like we are not using a Land Rover anymore. Garage. I hate these glitches when they happen, so we will sell that. And we will sell that. And I don't know. We'll buy this. Oh, what colour shall we be? Nah. Prefer a darker green. No. Darker than that. No. Darker than that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so different truck, but hopefully it will work as a truck. Yes. Good. Okay, after that little glitch, it is 7:15 in the evening, or just gone, and I have obviously done a lot of action off camera, which includes harvesting most of the field. As I said, contract's 85% done. And I ran out of diesel on both. Well, the harvester is low. I don't think I'm going to complete the contract. And then what's the other thing? The JCB completely ran out of diesel, and that's on the baler. So I have been collecting the stuff, the straw, and selling that. And we've used a fair amount of the proceeds from the straw to buy ourselves a field resupply trailer. Where's the entrance? Come on, right there. Which is what this green thing here is for. So we can hitch up to that. I think if I go to here, press R, that turns on the pump. And we'll be able to pump gas. I enjoyed 21. If you've got a low spec system, or just want to see if Farming Simulator is the game for you, it's not a bad purchase, because obviously it's a lot cheaper, plus summer sales at the moment. Then it's a lot cheaper than 19 is. Although that said, if you've got a system that will run 19, if you wait until November, 19 will probably come down in price sometime around December, when winter sales happen and Farm Simulator 22 comes out. Okay, so that's on, that's in. We should be able to refuel that, yes. So, and welcome to Saturday morning stream. So yes, Farming Simulator 17 is obviously 19 has better graphics and has some stuff, yeah, some stuff that's different. But I started on 17 and I enjoyed playing 17. I've got over 1,000 hours playing Farm Sim 17. And in fact, a lot of that was playing while watching other people YouTube. Well, okay, JCB needs diesel. You start the pump on this, press, basically it's a press R thing, if I get close enough. R, stop pump, start pump. And then I can jump in here and refuel it. Now this trailer also has a thing at the back which allows you to do maintenance on that side. You have to activate the different things in order to get it to work that way, how that is filling. So that sorts that out. I'm not going to worry too much about the service requirements on the JCB right now. We're almost done with this field, so all I need to do, we'll go back to this vehicle, we'll turn the pump off. pump uses diesel as well, so you don't want to leave that running. Oh, well, we just scraped the paint on a nice new truck. That was kind of awesome. I am really not having a good morning with this, so let's back that out of the way. Get back in the truck, and off we go. So I'll leave this back down at the field entrance. Okay, so yeah, I would say that that's a plan. I have in the past thought, well, I'll buy the earlier version of a game, see if I like it while it's on super cheap, and then go from there. Okay, we want a JCB. It's turned on. Turn on the thing. Lower the thing. It is unwrapped. And follow. Meanwhile, start the engine on that. A little further down. And cut right through there. That looks about right. We're at 180 degrees, so let's go. Okay. So, job for the day is harvest this field. Yes, so, and I mean, I think if you went back and got something like Farming Simulator 9 or 11 or whatever, it's a big step backwards. 17 really isn't much of a step backwards from 19, and I was playing 17 for at least the first year that 19 came out, and still streaming it. This series is a long-term series. And I was streaming Lawfolds on Farm Sim 17, and I wasn't planning on moving the Saturday stream to 19 until I found a map that I liked, until Seasons was available, and so all of that went into me continuing to play 17 for over a year. I did like the changes that 19 had, though, so I was definitely encouraged to move to 19. It's just for different things. If I'm playing a personal game, I'll try a map. If I don't like it, I'll discard the game save. But when I'm streaming, this series is a long-term, as I said, a long-term series. So it will be going till at least 22, probably until sometime next year, until some of the mod maps start coming out, and I find one that, yeah, I want to play that one. However, this year my hard drive failed and I had to reinstall absolutely anything. I have not bothered reinstalling Farm Sim 17. Basically because I've lost all the game saves. So I had to rebuild this game save, which I decided I'd take the transition from Oxygen David's Oakfield farm to the farming agency version. We added, what did we add? We added precision farming at the same time, and a couple of other things. So, and we lost some of our equipment mods because I got them from sites that no longer exist. Like I think FS UK went under this year, and so I can't get those mods that were exclusive to their site. So we changed up our equipment very slightly. I mean, it's still similar to what we had. We still have a Valtra, but we have a Valtra G instead of an S, and I've got a case instead of the Valtra G on the big side. I can't remember what my small tractor was. but I did have a small field tractor which I just decided the Valtra G can be the small field tractor, and it's set up for spraying, so pretty much the only thing it ever does is spray the fields, and the spray kit's permanently attached to it, and it's cheaper than obviously a self-propelled sprayer, and I can dismount the sprayers and put other stuff on it, so it's not, yeah, it's useful, and I'm going to be using it on the sugar beet potato fields, at least to do the topping. We did have a Lindner. I upgraded that to the JCB, and we bought a telehandler. But yeah, it's minor changes. So, explanation from last week. I did have a lot of problems with the manure system, and I discovered what my error was. So we'll be explaining that when we next get out into a field to spread manure on it. But I sold the bigger spreader and put the spreader we had back, and refunded me the money we lost because I had to rebuy all the pipes as well. So we were about 10,000 short overall. So I refunded the 10,000, which put us back to 101 that we started last week at, 101,000 pounds. We've sold, as I said, all of the bales that we produced so far, and I had to buy some consumables, fertilizer and what have you for later, and I had to buy the trailer with the diesel pump on it and maintenance, so that cost me a little bit of money, but we've still got, we got more than we started with last week, so I'm happy with that. And we'll be keeping that trailer on the farm. Need to find out what's going on with the Land Rovers. I don't know why they've decided not to work today, but that's concerning. Oh. Back up a bit. I'm not paying attention. We've also moved our semi-truck onto the field as well, since shipping 70 acres of wheat just in this 30,000 litre trailer takes a while. Oh, okay, handbrake has engaged. So I can't remember, this is the advanced driving mod that I'm using, I believe it's called. And it does involve a handbrake for the vehicle to stop it rolling back, and it was modded last week, so I think they've changed how that works, because we're definitely rolling back on the hills, which I wasn't before. Turn that on and go. And maybe that was the thing. They patched, there's a new release on the advanced driving mod, which I believe came out on Thursday or Friday this week, and I was using the Land Rover probably Tuesday, and it might not play well with the Land Rover anymore. Might need to find a new truck. I don't really like using the in-game one, because that is a US style truck, and we're in England, so you don't see many of those around. However, because it's a generic Lizard, it resembles many trucks in the smaller size, and I do believe Peugeot made a pickup truck back in the 70s, which it has a vague passing resemblance to, so we could argue it's an old 1970s Peugeot. what I might do, there's another farm truck which has an AR frame system, so you can stick a tank on the back, a flatbed on the back, that sort of thing. I might activate that mod and use that in the future. We did use one of those on what was it? Lawfolds in our Farm Sim 17, just to water the animals. But I don't use the pickup that often, but it did come in useful for hauling that field trailer, resupply trailer around. And if I'm going to be doing 100-acre fields in this stuff, then we're probably going to need to refuel on the field. I have done that quite frequently. On when I played personal Chellington in 17, I had a tanker that used to come with just in order to resupply fuel or diesel on the field for the tractors and harvesters. And then I had a pair of auger wagons to resupply seed and fertilizer. Now, because I'm using the realistic seed mod on this, the seed comes on pallets in bags, so you're not running big bags around. So technically, you can load it by hand because it's only a small pack of seed, and and auger wagons aren't, strictly speaking, they don't seem to be a prototypical thing for the UK. I have, of all the UK farmers I watch, I've never seen an auger wagon in use. Now, tippers like the one we've got attached to the back of the case, they use lots of those. In fact, when they're harvesting a field, you tend to get 2, 3, 4 of those hauled behind a reasonably sized tractor for the trailer size, and they will haul from field to farm. They don't collect in an auger and then tip into a semi on the side of the field, which is more typical of US farming or at least big US farming operations. And I believe Australia similarly. But, I was thinking there's no bales on the left, on the first cut through we took, but that's because we'd emptied the baler at the end of the last session. So the baler was empty. It was going to take time to fill and generate a couple of bales. Okay, let me turn. I should lift the draper, but it also acts as a speed limiter, so we don't go racing off at 20 miles an hour and try and make a 180 turn on it. So I'm also on my monitor PC, I'm using the mod view of Twitch, so I can actually see more stuff. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we'll see how it goes. Let's put the autopilot on and check how far we've got. So we've cut 3% so far. Kind of hoping the next shipment of grain to whatever it's called, the store, will be the end of it, and brake and wait until the little red circle comes on. So yeah, there's an arrow above the speedometer which tells me whether I've got drive or reverse engaged. And then if there's a red circle with a line through it, that indicates that the handbrake is on. There's probably a button that I should use, but if you hold the foot brake for long enough, it automatically turns on the handbrake. And it turns the pedals into proper driving controls, so brake and accelerator rather than go forward, go backwards, which I prefer. The things I am going to miss when we go to Farm Sim 22, which is another reason why I tend to delay the transition, because I like to be comfortable when I'm streaming. Okay, edge forward a bit. Fold in the pipe. And off we go again. So yeah, doing all this, we should, with the next double load of trailers, we should end up with exactly what we need for this contract. I'm kind of hoping. Obviously the bales are all ours because we're using collect straw on contracts. So I've been selling those. Obviously 20,000 of the money we now have is not, well, comes from us selling the Land Rover and buying the pickup. Probably less actually, because our Land Rover wasn't worth 50,000. Where do I look? Bank. Vehicle sales. Oh, yeah. There's an awful lot of vehicle sales because as of this game day, I've sold and rebought manure spreaders and stuff like that, slurry spreaders and stuff like that. So can't get around that. And also doing contracts, it doesn't count the number of bales we've got, so that's not going against the total number of bales produced or how many bales we've produced this session. So I have no idea how much straw we've got from this field. But it is what it is. And we also want to look at purchasing some fields with the money. Well, I've got to be careful because we're not going to be selling any of our grains until the beginning of winter. And we do still require some potato harvesting equipment for our small, medium-sized potato field. So I've got to be careful about that. But we do have another cut of clover. We're probably going to have to put aside some clover. Do we have to put them aside? I don't know that I'm going to have to put aside that much clover silage. The issue I have is the clover silage bales need to be used in 4,000 litre increments, or the excess disappears when you stop interacting with it. So I didn't use all of a bale and I put it back in the barn, and when I came back to the barn it was a case of I'm pretty sure I put a partially used bale here and it's not here anymore. So anyway, that's an issue. There is an Anderson bale shredder, which isn't strictly straw, but I don't know if it works on silage bales. It's sort of a fodder thing. So we might buy that, see if it works, and if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. But if it does work, then I can put yeah, I can put the silage bales in that and then shred them into the sheep food area. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down.